Good morning again, everybody. Roger Susanin coming to you live from the Channel 3 digital desk, where another major breaking story has just happened. Just moments ago, we learned about a large structure fire in New Haven on Hotchkiss Street. We again are processing brand new information. We just sent our reporter, Anna Stansfield, live to that scene in New Haven. We are going to join her here live in a moment. So, Anna, I know you have someone with brand new information. So please take it away.
Yeah, Roger, good morning. We're here with Assistant Chief Shakira Samuel. Thank you so much for joining us. I know you just came up to us about 30 seconds ago. Tell me a little bit about what happened here this morning. Just kind of run through the chain of events of this fire and this massive response that's here right now.
Sure. A fire call came in for 46 Hotchkiss Street at 9:27 a.m. Upon arrival, which Engine 9 was the first arriving engine company, they arrived within minutes of the fire. As soon as they arrived, they called for a second alarm fire at 9:33. Fire efforts were hampered a little bit with the appearance of live wires in front of the building. So at this time, we have companies working to make sure there's no hot spots, and the fire is currently under control, and our fire investigative unit is here investigating the cause of the fire.
Okay, does anyone live inside of this home?
There was reports that this home was vacant and no one was living here. We have no injuries reported from our side, from the fire department, or any injuries from the inside of the house.
Okay, so that's obviously some good news here. I mean, you talked about how those live wires presented some challenges. Can you explain that for people who, don't really understand what that might mean in terms of how that might impact your response as firefighters?
Absolutely. Live wires are electricized wires. They're electric, they're live, meaning that there's electricity flowing through those wires. It poses an effort, or hinders the effort for us, and poses an issue because we do put water on fire. Water and electricity do not mix. So we have to be very careful on what we touch, how we attack the fire, and so forth.
And we see, last question, I know you're a busy woman, you got a million things to do right now. Last question for you. This is a massive response. Several blocks are blocked off surrounding this area. What prompted such a large response here this morning?
Upon the arriving engine company, they initially saw the fire, heavy fire coming from the front porch. They initially called for a second alarm. When we have a box alarm or active fire, there are 6 companies that respond. When we request a second alarm or additional alarms, there are additional fire companies that respond, which requires more personnel to be here on scene.
Okay. I'm so sorry. I just thought of one last question, then I promise I'll let you go. Can you talk to me about the extent of damage to this home? Is it, was it completely engulfed in flames? What's the damage level of the home?
Okay, currently right now, I haven't been inside as of yet, but there is heavy fire damage on the first floor, and actually overhaul, which is when we make sure that we ventilate the building throughout the building. The building was currently under construction, so there are holes, and pose another safety issue for our members. So right now the home is unoccupied and it's going to be inhabitable, and again, it was under construction.
All right, thank you so much. I really appreciate your time. Thank you so much. Again, Assistant Chief Samuels. Get to what you need to do. This is much more important, but I appreciate you taking the time. Roger, if you have a couple minutes, I'll just describe. I know we weren't really able to see much of this scene, so let me just kind of describe what's going on here behind us. We can probably give you a little bit of a better look at the damage. This is that, I think it's a white home, a light-colored home here behind us. That fire engine, of course, and trees blocking off a little bit of the view there, but you can see the windows completely blown out. Some smoke towards the backside of the house as well, but again, just a massive response. I mean, you can see some of the firefighters still now hanging out in front of the house. Dozens of them out here now, as you just heard from Assistant Chief Samuels. That fire is out, so now they're outside of that house, taking probably their first breaks of the morning since they've been out battling these flames, drinking some water, taking their gear off to cool off. As we kind of pan over, you'll see on this other side, this is where earlier a lot of police officers were staged. Now just a lot of neighbors walking through the area, wondering what's going on as they smell the smoke in the air, heard the sirens, I'm sure, earlier this morning. So still a little bit of chaos here in New Haven, but we just heard the good news again. If you're just now tuning in from Assistant Chief Samuels, no one injured, no one lived. They believe no one lived inside of the home that was burnt. However, she does say it's most likely a total loss at this point. But again, no injuries, no one was inside, and those fire crews got that fire out as quickly as they could. So still, a couple of questions in terms of what could have caused this fire. Assistant Chief Samuels said it had to do with potentially some live wires that were there that presented challenges, of course, for those firefighters as they were fighting the flames here. So some questions in terms of what might have caused it. But again, the good news here, Roger, no injuries and no one lived inside this house. So at this point, no one has been displaced. Roger, I'll send it back to you in the studio.
All right, Anna Stansfield, again, sharing information directly from the Assistant Fire Chief as we learned it. You learned it as well, watching on WFSB's news app as well as WFSB Plus. Anna, thank you so much for that live report and that update. All right, again, just to recap what Anna said, just in case you are just tuning in here, a major fire broke out this morning in New Haven on Hotchkiss Street. The good news is, according to firefighters, we just learned this information, is that no one was inside that home at the time of that fire, and so as a result, nobody was injured. Police believe and firefighters believe that the fire may have sparked because of some live wires inside that home. That home was under construction on Hotchkiss Street. Of course, an official determination of the cause of that fire has not been revealed. I will tell you, though, from Anna's reporting and what she just showed us, that it is a real mess on Hotchkiss Street. So certainly if you are driving around in that area of New Haven, you are going to need to give firefighters all of the space that they need and other emergency responders. But again, just to recap, a large fire broke out this morning on Hotchkiss Street in New Haven. Multiple crews responded to the scene. They got those flames under control. The best news of all, nobody was injured. The home, though, could very likely be a total loss. Again, it may have been started by live wires, but a final determination on the cause has not yet been revealed. All right. We're going to have a lot more on this situation and other major developing stories that are going on in our state throughout the day here on the WFSB News app, WFSB Plus, as well as on air this evening on the WFSB News broadcast. So certainly we hope that you'll join us throughout the day here on Channel 3, and we'll see you very soon with more breaking news.